congratulations, Morgan family.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we love it.
Was it daunting coming into this? Because this show has a lot of fans.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't at first, and then the day I stepped on foot on set, that's when I realized.
You stepped on my foot.
I stepped on Christian's foot. The first day on set was the day that I really realized the weight and the responsibility, and also the fact that like you can't think about that. You just have to enjoy the process.
God, yeah, it's true. Yeah. You got to like throw it all away.
You'll get buried in it.
But it is hard. I mean, it is a. I watched the original show a few years after it came on and fell in love with it. I thought it was great, and as an actor, it's one of those shows where you watch it and you're like, man, I want to be on that show.
Yeah.
And to get the opportunity to be a part of this world was great, and they are great characters. And Clyde Phillips came back, who was the original creator of the show, and it's a real compliment, I think, to that show.
What I love is Harry. It's the first time that we're actually really seeing the humanity, in him.
Right.
Because you got to make it your own, because we saw him in flashbacks and as the ghost back in the original. What was that like for you?
Again, I was a huge fan of, and I am a huge fan of James Remar. Thought he did an amazing job and made Harry a very intriguing character, which makes it worthy for us to, I think, make this show, because I wanted to learn more about him and the traumas that he went through, and the guilt and the remorse and all of those feelings. I think they all build towards making it clearer why he makes some of the choices that he makes in raising Dexter. But he's a character who expresses unconditional love and embraces his son no matter who he is or what he wants to do.
Because he's tiptoeing the line between law and family.
Exactly, and he's also been, he's a cop, so he's seen a lot of criminals, a lot of people that should have gone to jail get away with something that they did over a technicality or a lawyer getting them off in some way. So, look, he has the son. Let's try and channel it in a particular way. He's going to do it anyway. So let's see if we can get him to focus on these types of people.
And then he's got the little rebellious daughter who has such a foul mouth. What was that like for you? Because she's just spitting out everything at this point.
It was so much fun, and I think one of the funniest parts about it for me is, you're doing a scene and sometimes you'll just have to reset from a certain line, and hearing the crew say, "All right, let's take it from Jizzbot." It's
a good
pretty
line.
funny.
Good pickup
Everybody
line.
then somehow gets to say the lines.
As long as you don't say Mr. Jizzbot. That's all I'm fine with. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, going back to Mr. Robot.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a fantastic time, and it's such a joy to be able to play like such an iconic character.
Yeah.
And you guys are taking it back to the 90s. Those sideburns of yours.
Aren't they? Well, that's the 70s.
The 70s.
Yeah, that's the 70s. Yeah, I guess the 90s is more me, but the 70s, 60s. We definitely had to find some way to, change the look and figure that out. So that was I loved it. It was fun. It's always fun to, it helps you to sort of immerse yourself into a character a little bit more when you got to do a little bit more in the mornings. Yeah.
And you guys have a stacked cast. I know you've worked with Patric Dempsey in the past.
Yeah.
You guys did Mobsters together in 91.
That's right.
What was it like reuniting?
It was great. It was different. Certainly when we worked together, we were, in our 20s. We were both starting out. We were competitive. We were dumb, immature guys.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we're still kind of silly, but
jury's still out.
Jury's still out, but we're wiser, and I think just thrilled to have survived the last 35 years. And to be where we are today is great.
Molly, you've had some great talent to look up to. Any advice that they've given you that you've really stuck with you?
Gosh, off the top of my head, I think the only thing is, I remember I saw the pilot while we were still filming, and it's really hard to watch something that you've been in, and like understand any sort of perspective. But I talked to Sarah and I asked her about Buffy, and she said that that was hard for her to watch at the time too, and that's nice knowing that, because I watched it and I'm like, but you're amazing, like you're incredible in it. So even an icon like that, there's normal things about the whole thing. Sure. Yeah,
because you never really know.
You have no idea.
Right? You do the best you can on the day, and hope it all goes well. Hope it all edits together well, and you know, you put it out there and hope for the best.